Okay, well, today we have a little bit of a surprise because I was made aware 10 minutes ago by someone in my comments that my World of Warcraft Ascension WoW Criticized video has apparently got the attention of a content creator named Solheim. Now, this caught me off guard because I actually liked Solheim content. I still do. I think his Turtle WoW content is great. I watched a lot of his videos recently because I still do love and play Turtle World of Warcraft, even though I kinda stopped uploading recently. So, apparently, he did not like what I had to say. Now, this is very interesting because nothing I said was false, and I even made a follow-up video responding to comments that claimed I was wrong. So I'm really interested in seeing what he had to say. This is interesting. You know what? This is the first time someone has actually reacted to my videos and uploaded them to YouTube. So I'm excited. Let's watch his response and hopefully we'll have some answers.
Alright, so this video's title is Ascension WoW has lied to everyone.
Nice. Made you click the video, right?
And I mean,
But to be
already there,
fair,
that's a good hook,
it wasn't false.
by the way. So yeah, Ascension has lied to everyone, including
Absolutely.
you. And let's find out why, shall
Absolutely.
we?
Hello everyone, GeneralApple here. I don't want to make this video too long, so
Is the volume too
yeah,
loud, or is it
volume.
okay?
I was literally... By the way, I should mention, I'm watching this for the first time. I literally was made aware of this video like 10 minutes ago. This is genuine live first reaction. Like, I haven't rewatched anything.
Hey, anybody just feel free to let me know.
I'll just go ahead and say it. Ascension WoW has lied. Brother, could you at least have the common decency to move your camera a bit so you can see my ugly face? But to be fair, I completely understand why you would hide it. It makes total sense. Everyone. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you watched my Nobody wanna watch Ascension that WoW video, you already know that I came into this server fully expecting it to be a classic plus experience.
When am I able to enter set the G for unethical? I think 50.
Obviously enhanced because there are so many new systems and new additions to the game, but I still expected it at the heart and the core to be a classic plus experience. Yep. And
I think this right here, by the way, is what's gonna burn a lot of people in Bronzebeard or Ascension, because the thing is, they are using the term Classic Plus in
Yes.
their own marketing for marketing
Yes.
this server.
Exactly.
I mean, here's the thing. They're not wrong in doing so.
They are 100% are. Let's hear what he has to say and then I'll respond.
Plus doesn't mean anything.
What? Then why write it? Then why try to bait people by saying Classic Plus? Of course it means something. Of course it means something, dude. Oh my god.
Nobody knows what Classic Plus is at the moment, because
Dude, that is such a stretch. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna get like... Okay, I don't want to exaggerate things, but brother, of course it means something. Of course it does. When Blizzard released the official Classic, they called it Classic and people immediately knew what it meant. Immediately. Slow gameplay, slow progression, everything is just slower and more, how do I say it? Palatable? Like, damn man, my English sucks, but you know, you can digest it more easily. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone knew that. Everyone. You didn't need to go and try to explain what classic meant. You didn't need to go around and say, hey, this is not retail. No, people knew. People heard classic and immediately they knew.
we don't have one. Turtle WoW can be Classic Plus. Bronzebeard can be Classic Plus.
No.
Epoch can be Classic Plus.
Yes.
Classic Plus at the moment has no real definition.
But Epoch and Turtle WoW are so close together, you can even say they were made by the same person. If nobody told you, you could believe that. Because in their core, they have the slow progression, and it's not about the client. I know so many people think about, oh, it's the Wrath of the Lich King client, which was, you know, way faster, looked better, right? All that stuff. Now, it may have some relations, but in Bronzebeard server, you could actually turn that off and go back to the classic looks. So it doesn't really matter. It's not that. The problem is the progression. That is the core idea behind classic, just slow progression.
The only definition is that there's classic with a plus on it. It's Classic WoW plus something.
No.
We don't know what the plus is.
No, by that logic, retail is Classic Plus, because it's literally built on the foundation of Classic. This is not true at all.
Right? Nobody's really determined that. It's only Classic WoW with some stuff. That's basically what Classic Plus is. So
No.
everybody has their own unique version of Classic Plus. Like some people might
Yes, of course, but again, the core idea is, I say, I don't want to repeat myself too much. As long as the core idea remains the same, it's fine if you do like completely different raids, completely different dungeons, maybe even create your own areas like Turtle WoW did, right? That is fine. I think that that is completely fine as long as the core slow progression remains the same.
want to have a level boost in Classic Plus, and that's their thing. Some people might want to have a
No.
random dungeon
You
finder
don't.
that teleports
Dude, the whole focus is about the leveling. Why would you have a level boost? And don't get me wrong, I don't like Turtle WoW making tents either. I know that some people find it kind of frustrating. Believe me, I am not a huge fan of that as well. But it's kind of you have to take the bad with the good, right? Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet.
you to the dungeon because that's their thing.
By the way, in case you don't know, like the tents in Turtle WoW just give you free experience, like free rested experience. So you essentially always play with like double XP.
Some people might want it to be like Turtle WoW, going back to the roots of Vanilla WoW and then finishing that thread of Vanilla WoW, because that's once again their idea of Classic Plus. And then some people might want to see Classic WoW with 5 times experience rate because they're so...
Who? That's not classic, that's retail. Only retail Andes want that. No classic enjoyer would ever want 5x experience. Nobody. Nobody.
bored of leveling now, and they want to level fast, and that's their version of Classic Plus. So we just don't know. It's Classic with some stuff.
No.
So I'm not sure they're wrong in calling it a Classic Plus server.
They
I
are.
just think people have different, like, people are approaching the server with a mindset that it's something like Turtle WoW, when
Yes.
it's not going to be. Ascension has always been, and always will be, very different.
But I didn't know that. I don't know Ascension. I haven't played any of their servers, man. Like, I did not know that. I saw Classic Plus. I saw really good trailers. They make amazing trailers. I have to give them, like, kudos for that. They make some serious quality stuff. But I saw Classic Plus and my mind went back to Blizzard Classic, Turtle WoW, APOC. That's where my mind immediately went to. I don't go to retail if I hear Classic. So I believe 99% of people think the same as I do. Maybe I'm somewhat wrong. I guess you can tell me in the comments, but this is immediately where my mind went.
It has a bunch of systems that people have never heard about before, and it's very fast-paced. You get your mounts early in the game, the gameplay...
You get your mounts at level 4, brother. This is disgusting. It's not fast, it's literally revolting. You should not get a mount at level 4. And mount should be something you are excited for. You need to have that tedious path of slow progression where you just walk on the ground and everything takes forever. So when that moment comes, when you finally have that gold you saved up for so long at level 40 and you purchase that mount, you feel it. You feel that speed. You enjoy the mount because you appreciate it so greatly. Now you don't have to walk on foot anywhere anymore. That's the good part. It's that waiting that makes you so excited to finally reach that mount. When you get that mount at level 4, there is no excitement. Everything just fades away and you go and move on to the next thing.
is faster, movement speed is faster. You have a bunch of buffs giving you swim speed, movement speed.
Yeah, that was disgusting. And I was utterly disappointed, to say the least, when I discovered this game was the furthest it can possibly be from classic experience. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to assume you haven't watched the previous video I made, so I'm gonna talk about everything from zero. And
Clever.
I guess the best point is to just say right from the start that I don't have anything.
Also, let me just see if he's gonna be in the bottom left all the time, because if so,
I am.
then I'm going to move
I never move from the bottom left. That is my spot.
myself so I don't cover his face throughout the entire video.
No, don't
If I
reveal
do
it.
this. Yeah, then that's kind of perfect.
Man, I had a haircut that day too. I looked great. Now I look like an idiot. Against this server, if you like playing retail or you enjoy retail, you can definitely play this server and have a lot of fun doing so. Clearly, look at the background. Like, there are a ton of people playing it. So this is Just
There
my
are.
opinion. I'm not going again, and I'll keep saying that. If you like playing retail and you like Ascension WoW, I think that is great. I'm not judging you. I'm not calling you out. I think that is awesome. The only problem I had with this server is that they called it Classic Plus. That is literally all. To, you know, fight with retail player in the comments. I know some of the retail players like to comment on my videos and just go at me. I don't have anything against you. I honestly don't. I don't understand why you like the game, but you know, this is just me. I don't have anything against you. If you think that this is fun, go for it, Chief. I truly could not care less. The problem I have is that I was lied to. That's the problem I have with the server.
He's right.
Now, how was I lied to? Well, there are too many things to count, so I guess I'll just start with the most obvious one. You can see the world buffs I have here. Now, some of them won't really matter, like crafting speed and all that stuff, which I guess you can get behind. I'm still against it. I don't like world buff like this. I like Onyxia head buff and all that stuff that you need to achieve for yourself.
Yep.
But okay, like gathering stuff, sure. Now, the moment I go outside, bam!
Disgusting.
Million more
Disgusting.
buffs to go. Now we have experience gain, we got life and health, we got more damage to creatures, we have swim speed, we have move speed, we have everything we can actually ever wanted. Now,
do you know?
this is absolutely disgusting. And I understand that this is a private server and some people may come here for just the end game, so they want to rush everything. I do truly understand that, but at this point,
Yeah.
why not just play retail and
Exactly.
purchase the level boost? This is so weird.
Exactly.
Okay,
Blizzard, I don't know what he's about to say, but Blizzard endgame is literally better. If you want, just play retail. Like, why play Ascension? Now, maybe you don't have the funds to play it, which I understand. I respect it. You know, there was a time where I couldn't afford to purchase any video games, especially when I was younger. So I can understand why you would play this, but there's so many people who pay for this server. You see them with the special mounts, you see them with like the special transmogs, the trainers, all that stuff. So clearly people throw money at the server, and I don't understand at this point why not play retail.
I promise
Unless you don't want to give your money to Blizzard, which, again, I respect. Like, I understand.
I'm not gonna have a real problem with him in this video, but this
Based.
one argument sucks so much. It sucks so much balls. Like, the amount of balls
Bruh.
this argument is gargling,
Hey.
it's insane. Okay. Yeah, like, I don't like I don't like these the buffs either. But the whole
Okay.
argument of, at this point, just play retail, that sucks. If that's the argument we're going with here, just shut up. Never
Bruh.
speak again. Just tape your mouth shut
Shame on
and
you.
just never open it.
The disrespect.
Just play retail is the dumbest argument of all time, and I love retail. I love classic.
Okay, then I'm dying to hear the explanation.
But just because somebody enjoys those buffs doesn't be like, oh, just play retail. Wow, you hate classic. Wow.
Dude.
That argument needs to die.
Nah.
The whole just play this. Because you
Oh my god. The fact that you disagree and you tell to shut up instead of giving an actual, like, statement, dude, this is cringe. Holy, this is cringe. But let's hear, I might say it.
don't like a single system.
I truly don't get it. I don't get why people loving it.
He's not gonna respond to it? No way, you just told me to shut up without even answering. Dude, that is mega level of cringe. Holy.
My slash played. It's, yeah, like 3 hours, and I already reached level 10. And by the way,
Yep. Absolutely. The pause. Don't tell me in Classic you reach level 10, brother. You don't. You do not. You do not play Classic and you reach level 10.
It's, yeah, like 3 hours, and I already reached level 10. And by
A turtle made it to the water.
it's, yeah, like 3 hours, and I already
that timing.
reached level 10.
3 hours and I already reached level 10.
Yes. That is
3
true.
hours
Yes.
and I already reached level 10.
Oh my god, bro, can you talk? For the love of God, you said the same thing and you paused for like a minute without saying anything. Just say something for the love of God.
Other.
I want to
On
respond.
a regular character in Classic WoW, Anniversary, or any version of Vanilla
No.
WoW, I get to level 10 in less than 2 hours.
No, you don't, Chief. No, you do not. Like, no, you don't. You're capping hard. You are hard capping right now. This is absolutely not true. And unless you're like Omega speedrun or anything like that, if you play normally and you read the stuff and you like chill, there is absolutely no way. Well, not even chill, just like read some of the stuff or maybe just play. There's no way you reach after 2 hours to like less than 2 hours to level 10. Like, no way. Absolutely no way.
And I'm not a speed leveler. I'm ass. Like, I'm ass multiplied by ass. I just play the game a lot, but
Literally, let's say you even start as a night elf. Going from one side of Darkshore to the other would literally take you like 10 minutes. So how can you get level 10 in like, dude, what? In like under 2 hours? I don't know, maybe I'm dumb. Let me know in the comments if you can actually do that. From my experience, you could never do that. Never.
I'm still ass. 3 hours and already level 10? Brother,
There is
that's
no way.
not buffed. That is nerfed. Anyone spending more than 2 hours getting to level 10, you are slow. You're a turtle, is what you are. So 3 hours.
Well, to be fair, I did read the quest and I like stopped in the middle, right, to like record. Obviously, these things do take some of your time. So taking 3 hours was, you know, just what it is when you're making videos. If I just, you know, never recorded anything, just went through it, for sure, it would have been less. But that would even made it a problem, right? Like even more of a problem.
And already level 10, like, bro. Okay, that argument is trash as well. 2 bad arguments back to back.
Which to one you haven't responded. So who's having the trash opinion, me or you, son?
I still really agree, by the way, with the main argument here that he's trying to make, but I think he's overreacting. And I mean, already that argument right there just shows that he's coming at this from an attacking point of view, saying 3 hours and I'm already level 10. This is normal. 3
No,
hours
it's
to
not.
level 10 is normal.
No, it's
than
not,
3
Chief.
hours as well is normal.
Again, this is where we have the disagreement. I've never met anyone who reached this, like level 10 in Classic with no XP boost whatsoever in under 2 hours. Brother, I never heard of it. Like, I literally haven't. So, again, let me know in the comments if you can actually do that. I haven't personally encountered anything. From my experience, I'm not a speed leveler or anything. Like, this is not the case. You can't do that.
Will spend 2 hours and less to get level to level 10, and it's normal. On my Hunter, I did 1 hour and 40 minutes, I think it was, to level 10, and that's somewhat normal. In vanilla.
I'll have to see that. And by the way, out of those 3 hours, I just stood here and talked to you guys. So I have
it's
said
even
this.
less than that. You can reach in like 2 hours to level 10, no problem. It's so easy. The spawn rate, I'm not really going to talk about because this server is new, so they want to prevent cluttering of people, which is completely understandable. So I have no problem with that whatsoever. But my God, dude, what is this? And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You also have portals pretty much everywhere. If I go here, I can even show you this while we talk. But yeah, it pretty much sucks because there are a lot of good system on this server, like the creature RPG overhaul, which I do really like. You fight against what you see, which is incredible. There are immersive drops. There are so many good stuff here. But even those things are kind of bad. And the reason they're bad is because you have so much clutter in your inventory. I recently just sold everything because I had so much cluttering. You find so many items in this game. You actually feel like you're playing Skyrim. Now, in Skyrim, it's not an issue because this game was built upon those foundations. But in World of Warcraft, it really sucks. Like, it's just not good. And to point number 2, as you can see, Zeppelin should be here, but instead we have a portal. I still think the Zeppelin come here, but why the hell would you go on it? I mean, you can literally click Thunder Bluff and you're here. So this is absolutely horrifying. And as you can see, I also have a green crest on me, which I just picked up. But since you level up so fast in this game,
To be
Yep.
fair, even though I don't want to see that in Classic, I think on this server that makes complete sense.
No, it's not. You just like the server and you're trying to justify yourself. No, it's not. It's bad.
And it's something I wouldn't even be totally against either in something like Classic, because it just literally,
Dude.
it kind of respects your time more than the whole spend
What?
12 minutes flying on the flight path, or wait
Yes.
5 minutes for the Zeppelin, then
Exactly.
stand on the Zeppelin.
Exactly. That's what made classic classic. I love it. You know how many RP session and how many friends I met waiting for a Zeppelin, or should I say a ship because I'm playing Alliance right now? Dude, so many. Literally the best moments I had in classic were on ships or Zeppelins. So portaling everywhere sucks. You don't meet anyone, you don't get to talk with anybody, you just do your thing and you move on. Now, there is a reason retail World of Warcraft is called, jokingly of course, World of Portalcraft. Because everything is so instant, is so instant and so fast nowadays, you can't even enjoy an actual interaction anymore. This is why people call it this way. So this is like, it's mind-boggling to me that anyone would justify it, or at least justify it in a classic server.
In for like 2 minutes and wait 5 more minutes. It's a lot of just downtime for the reason of having downtime, which
Downtime is good. It makes you appreciate the things that you do. That's the thing. That's the beauty of classic. The fact that you had to do the longest walk from the wetlands all the way to like the other side, right? To reach Menethil Harbor or whatever you wanted to go. That was the fun part. Seeing the locations along the way, meeting new friends. That is what classic meant to people, at least to me. That is, I guess, where we just differ, man. Like, this is it. Maybe you think that instances are good. I think they suck.
was cool in 2004, but now it's no longer that cool. Sure, you can argue about the social element, you can go on the Zeppelin and start being social and bantering and making friends.
Exactly.
You're not going to. You're going to stand there AFK. At most, you're going to
That's you. Again, that's you. That's not me, Chief. That's you. All you.
alt-tab and watch a stream. But likelihood is that you're going to like go out of your chair and go up to your fridge, grab a Coke and come back down again.
Nope.
And just be AFK. You're not going to talk to anyone. So I don't know, I feel like that just respects your time a little bit, but it's still kind of gimmicky to the point where I don't want it in Classic, but on this server it makes complete sense. I don't know.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Matter. You just lose quest left and right. Questing doesn't matter. You just do whatever the hell you want. There is no slow pace, which pretty much, I mean, the slow pace is what cemented Classic as being Classic. The fast retail pace is what most people hate. Most people like me, not people who likes retail, obviously. So
The thing here is, though, I really love that this server is doing this because it gives you options. Because this guy right here seems like he would love Turtle. He would really, really love
guys, don't tell him.
Turtle WoW. In which case, he already has Turtle WoW to go and enjoy, right? And people that think Turtle WoW is too slow and think Classic WoW is too slow, they can enjoy this server as well. To me, I think that's great, just giving people different options. Like this server right here, there's a reason why I'm not playing on it, and there's a reason why I would rather play on a server like Turtle, for example.
So you're a Turtle fan as well, and you're judging me, bro? Okay, sure. Why not? But yeah, I mean, I believe I said this as well. I think in like the other video that came after that, I'm glad. Oh my god, the voice crack, Jesus. I'm glad that there are options for people to choose from, for sure. 100%, I completely agree with him on this.
Instead of playing there, just got in natty ready check. But yeah, like he can go and play Turtle. If he doesn't like this pace, just go and play Turtle. Just like if somebody thinks Turtle is too slow, they can go and play here then. It's really good to have options that are different.
Yeah, that is true.
If Bronzebeard was just a Turtle WoW clone, why should we even bother having it?
Exactly.
I don't want to have any.
Exactly, but I thought it was its own thing. I thought it was Classic Plus, like APOC.
More Turtle WoW. So
APOC is completely different from Turtle. Like, for sure. You can have multiple versions of Classic Plus.
Turtle. I want to see something different, which is what this server is doing.
It's a huge...
I'm playing a huge advocate here, by the way, but that's just because, once again, I really like that.
The water.
I like having different options, and also thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it, thank you. Welcome over to Kick. Like, I like that they're doing something different, and it's something, like, most of the things they've added, I've never even thought about in Classic WoW before. So it's fun to see.
Loss because they actually invested so much time in those new zones and you just skip everything.
Yeah, there
So
were good
it's really
zones too.
unfortunate, and to be honest, just a huge oversight by the developers. So I'm actually really surprised they chose to go with this route instead of just making everything classic slow. And that applies to the combat as well. So combat here is lightning fast, also nice.
Giga fast.
You know, you have flying mounts in here, by the way. I don't know if anyone can fly it, but you do have flying mounts.
I think I was mistaken about that. I think that was a transmog. I'm not really sure yet. If I was wrong about that, that one is 100% on me.
And I have seen people flying over me, which kind of sucks. But as I was saying, combat here is lightning fast. You kill every creature in like 2 or 3 hits. No problem whatsoever.
You are a literal god. You cannot die on Ascension WoW unless you're really trying to. I literally pulled 3 mobs easy, and slaughtered all of them as a warrior. In Classic, this is a death sentence. You can pull more than like 2.
And of course,
And even that would cause you some problems. Depends on the level and the gear, etc.
you can die because your health is pretty much infinite. The health regen out of combat is insane. The moment you're out of combat, you just wait 2 seconds and you're fully charged and ready to go. Which, again, completely fast the gameplay, and this is just dumb. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think the huge blessing and boon of Classic is the fact that it is so slow that you can soak everything in. You can soak in the environment, the people, the creatures, the NPCs, everything. This is part of the experience. But when you go here and you blaze through everything on your mount, which again, one more problem, right? You get mount from level 0. You can pretty much do whatever.
Yeah, this
Oh, this is not level 0, this is level 4. Yeah, okay, kill 2 creature and reach level 4, chief.
one I don't like, by the way. Like, I just don't like it, because it makes you too fast, too early, and you already have the buff for movement speed anyway.
Yeah, so he's
Plus, it kind of ruins the whole immersion of when you get the mount. It's a fantastic feeling.
Thank you, brother. Finally, a W. Finally. Absolutely. I mean, it's so funny. He criticized me a lot, but it seems like he's agreeing with me 90% of the time. But for some reason, he defends the server, which I find really odd, because clearly we have the same mindset. I mean, I watched his Turtle WoW videos, and I like them. So, it's just really off to me. Like, it's really off,
If you
in
have
my
access
opinion.
to, I think it's a 40% mount you have access to from the start, right?
Yeah.
It makes you way less excited for the 60% mount. In Classic, when you get that 60%, which even
It feels
if
good.
they wanted to do something here, give you 60% then at level 30 or something. Even that would be a massive change. And you have the buff anyway for movement speed from the early levels, to the point where I think that's enough. Having that buff until level 30, and then level 30 you can get a 60% mount. Something like that, right? Having mounts from level 5 just seems kind of weird and gimmicky. But then again, they can do what they want, and I'm sure some people like that. Because, like, once again, I don't like it, somebody else might.
Okay, so
I
we
have no
agree.
idea.
We agree on that.
For the hell
Great.
you want and insane speeds. You just skim over everything. And yeah, I mean, this is a huge problem. Now, more things that we can talk about are probably, this is a talent system, which by the way is actually kind of great. You have the Mystic Enchant system, which is also cool. I mean, I should mention those, but we have the, where was it? Never mind, the Ascension Cash Op system, which I don't like it. I mean, I get that you wanted to do your own thing with Ascension points that you can redeem for rewards. I think that kind of sucks. I don't like this. I mean, I do like the achievements themselves. I think they're kind of good. And the fact that you get chests from them that can give you like insane items,
The adventure
and
caches.
scrolls and weird stuff and all that. I'm not a huge fan of that. It just makes everything so weird. And it's just too much. You're adding too many layers to a game that is already complex. And I'm not saying that this is complicated. They've done actually a tremendous job at making everything clear and readable. The UI is fantastic.
Absolutely. I have to give them credit. So you notice I never really attacking them. I just stating my opinion, and I also say the thing that I loved about the server. I think they done a phenomenal job at explaining the new systems they have in the game that obviously differ from the version of World of Warcraft you already know. But yeah, I still don't like them. That's not a problem. The problem is that there is just too much of the same thing. And I don't enjoy that. I do not enjoy that at all. It feels like retail where everything pops up constantly. Every level that I go up,
A
something pops
turtle
up on my
made it
screen.
to
I
the
don't like that.
water.
Dude, there is nothing I hate more than pop-ups. The reason I never play, like Korean MMOs, it's because of that. Because I love certain aspects of them, but I can't with the pop-ups, man. Whenever you level up and everyone go, woo! Like, this is so good! Like, you reach level 10, let's go! I hate that. I hate that. Let me reach level 10 and, dude, leave me alone, okay? I don't want to hear about it. I know I reached level 10, just give me the effect, the animation, my talent point, and leave me alone. That's it. I always hated that. That's why I never play Korean MMOs. I mean, they're garbage for that reason.
Oh, I said
hate
that.
pop-ups. I hate everything that reminds me of that. And it just
Yeah.
sucks. And of course, as you can see, leveling up your crafting is a joke. You can do it in pretty much half a second. It even auto leveled my wood cuttings. So his camera is actually in the way, but in case you can see that, but I maxed out my professions in like 5 minutes because there's an infinite respawn of resources. So you can just stand in the same place and harvest the same tree, rock, whatever for like 10 minutes and you're done. I didn't even pay attention to that. This is literally like new to me. Okay, cool. So I maxed out my wood cutting before. You can see it on the previous video in just like 10 minutes because the ingredients here, or should I say the trees that you need to chop to level up, they spawn instantaneously. So you can just stand in one place and constantly like chop trees and you level up to the max. Now, I understand that they've done this to just make people go to max level as soon as possible. But again, that's where I come in and say, why the hell won't you just spawn us at the highest level possible? If that's
Exactly.
the case, just spawn me at max level and let me do the fun stuff of the late game. Don't let me go through this horrendous leveling experience, which is what's the most important thing in Classic, because in Classic, the focus is on the leveling. It's not on the end game, which some of you may hate, some of you may love. I personally love this, but yeah, I mean, I can totally understand why some people hate it. And yeah, I mean, this just sucks. This just sucks because you don't have a leveling experience whatsoever. Everyone just skips the leveling, straight up go to the max level just to start raiding. And of course, raiding have 4 difficulty levels, which is utterly garbage. I completely disagree with having multiple difficulty levels. I think everything should have 1 difficulty, just like Ulduar, and then you should do certain things to unlock. I think he agrees with me. That's why he's silent for so long. I literally think that he's I'm gonna have to say about something about that towards the end, but let's just wait and see. Heroic difficulty, but that's it. No more than heroic. 2 difficulty levels are more than enough. You don't need that. But
He kind of saves himself here because I feel like once again having
I knew
4
it.
in Classic might be a little bit much. But
I
I
knew
really
it.
want to see 2. I want to see normal raids and heroic raids. Because
By the way, when I say heroic, I mean like mythic level, but just call it heroic, right? That's what I meant.
I feel like the raids in Classic WoW, they're way too easy. I mean, you go in naked. For the most part, you can do Molten Core at level 55 instead of level 60. And you can be naked and raid. Well, I'm kind of like pushing it there, but hey, you know, you don't need the best gear to do the raids. Like, yeah,
For sure.
you can spend thousands of gold on consumes, but you don't need those for the most part, once again, especially not for Molten Core and the early raids. Later on, sure, blah blah, you need gear, blah blah, you need consumes. But raids in Classic are easy, and anybody trying to say anything else, I don't want to hear it.
No, he's
I
right.
really don't. Like, having
He's
gone
absolutely
from
right.
retail and mythic raids over to Classic,
Yeah.
Classic raids are not hard. They're easy. They're not hard. Anybody who says they are, do like 1 mythic raid on retail. Full
Yeah.
raid, by the way,
No, yeah, 100% agree here. For sure.
during progression.
here you have 4. Now, again, as I was saying, there are too many items in this game, so getting raid items, getting World Forge items, getting regular items, and by the way, this is the cache that I was talking about.
But yeah, like what I was trying to say is that I want heroic raids to be in Classic, because I like it when raids are a little bit hard. Instead of being a loot pinata. It's why I don't really raid that much in Classic, because like, why would I go to a raid when you're almost guaranteed to kill every single boss anyway? I like progressing. As a real-life person in real life, I like progressing. As a character in game, I also like progressing, and not just loot-wise. Because if I'm already hitting a loot pinata, that all that loot is from the pinata is going to do is make me hit the same pinata even harder. In retail, when I was raiding and I was progressing, I felt like the gear mattered to get the next kill even easier, or even actually be the deciding factor on whether or not we get that kill.
Well, it's kind of weird. I feel like he's responding to me, but I haven't said anything about it. Like, I completely agree with his take. By the way, the only thing that I will say about retail that kind of sucks while raiding is that every tier of raiding kind of deletes the tier that was before that. So it kind of makes it irrelevant because of all, again, the difficulty levels. And the thing I loved about Classic is the fact that Molten Core and Blackwing Lair are super relevant even into the late stages of the game, right? I played a Priest on Classic, and Lokamir from Blackwing Lair from Nefarian. Oh, damn, sorry. My mind has gone gray. But, yeah. So, I got Lokamir, and it was super relevant all the way until Nax. So, it was a really good item. And I love the fact that you can go back and visit previous raids and make them still relevant. And that's something you don't have in retail anymore, unfortunately. Whenever a new tier comes out, you just forget about the old raid and kind of do your thing with a new one.
It just felt like the gear mattered when it came to actually achieving the kill, instead of just being like, oh, my parse goes up by one singular decimal point now. I can go from being a 81% parser to 182%. Or, well, going even higher than that, I don't know. The whole loot pinata thing of Classic is not for me, but I understand that it's for someone. Like, there's a lot of raiders in Classic, so a lot of people do love hitting that loot pinata. But I feel like people that want a challenge should be able to have that as well. And the thing is, when you add a heroic raid in Classic, you don't even have to add heroic raid item level. You can simply make it so be like Season of Discovery, where if you do a higher difficulty raid, you get more loot. So, for example, do heroic Molten Core and get twice as much loot, allowing your guild to gear up even faster.
Absolutely.
Or even just like 1 or 2 more pieces of loot. But the raids are harder.
Yeah, I agree. Completely.
Adventure cache, we can click it, see what the hell we got. Perfect. Perfect timing. You see, like, we got a scroll, we got all of those things. And we got random stuff, more pop-ups, more...
Again, more pop-ups, more windows. I hate that, man. I truly hate that.
Oh, ADHD, kid, glow-ups. Dude, this is garbage. I hate it. I hate it so much, and I hate what the world has become. If this is the future of MMOs... I don't want to be part of it. I gotta be honest. And I know so many people are gonna hate me for saying it, but this is like, I hate it. Like, I just hate it, guys. I cannot lie. And again, I'll remind you, if you love this type of thing, you go for it, Chief. I truly do not care. It's just me. It's me personally. And I guess I talked about most of the things that I disagree with. You can still see with the instant stuff and all the other stuff I said in the previous video, there's not much more to talk about. Basically, my main issue, like 90% of the problem, is that the leveling is way too fast. It's insanely speedy, and it just completely ruins the whole vibe and the experience. I haven't talked with a single person. I haven't met up with anyone. I haven't made any friends like on Turtle WoW. And honestly, the community here is straight up trash. I'm just gonna say it. The chats in here, don't ever read them. It's the most horrendous thing I've ever...
I will say this. I said this in the follow-up video. This was like a day 1, day 2 launch problem. The moderators were actually quick to respond, and this wasn't the case like the 3rd day that I played.
Seen. And I can't really say it on YouTube because I'll get insta-banned, but
it was horrible, man. If you played on launch day, you know what I'm talking about. It was horrendous.
The thing that they write here, imagine the most wretched subreddit you can ever think of, that your mind can barely grasp, and this is the exact chat in here. Everyone think that saying slurs is cool. Everyone think that saying, certain people should, go and do something horrendous is actually funny, and this is not. This is just straight up cringe. I mean, it is kind of funny from time to time to just read it and think that this is an actual human being writing those stuff. But for the most part, it's just sad. So, yeah, as I was about to say, I don't have anything against this server. The only real problem I have against it is the fact that I was lied to. And we have...
he, he says he doesn't have any problems with the server. I feel like the entire video he said otherwise. I feel like he's only listed problems he has with the server. And
Yeah, that I was lied to. It was part of the whole thing, brother. The problem I had is the lying. If you told me Ascension was retail plus, I would have came into the server with the idea in mind that, okay, it's gonna be similar to retail. I'm gonna try it out. If I don't like it, whatever. I'm not even gonna make a video about that. I'm just gonna leave and go back to Turtle. The fact that I was lied to, it what caused me all of these problems.
now also the community. So he's like, he has a massive amount of problems with the server itself and now the community as well. I don't know. It's kind of like you start talking down to somebody and then you punch them in the face and you're like, oh dude, no offense. You just like, you really offend them and then you
I don't care I offended you. If you tell me this is Classic Plus and you think I'm dumb enough to believe that, no, you deserve to be offended.
punch them as well.
I
but you
literally
add the
do not
no
care.
offense part, and then there's no offense, right? No harm meant. No harm, no foul. It's all good, man. It's all good now. It's just a joke, bro. Just a prank.
Have been all lied to. I think what Ascension tried to do is capitalize on the massive success of Classic WoW servers. And I don't think they're capitalizing on Turtle WoW because obviously Ascension has built a server a long time ago, like for a few years now at this point. But they definitely have watched Blizzard's success with Classic and they wanted it from themselves. So they were like, okay, let's do our own version of Classic. Now, the problem is that the developers clearly haven't played Classic. They don't like it. They love retail, and it shows because everything on the server is just retail. None of it is Classic. None of it. And that is very unfortunate because I hate being manipulated. I hate being lied to. And I just...
Bro, does he not know what Ascension was before he played on the server?
No. No. And not everyone did research. Not everybody played Ascension. I literally had the trailers recommended to me by YouTube. I thought they looked great. And I tried the server for myself. Why would you ever claim that someone needs to, oh, you need to do research and you need to play their other servers? And you know what? Even if I play their other server, you're claiming that this is a Classic Plus experience. Now, I know that APOC is now under the Ascension umbrella. So you can claim that, oh, you're like, you never played Ascension servers, but APOC is completely different. So what reason I have to believe that Bronzebeard isn't going to be different? That is just weird, man. Like, that is such a wild claim.
Because it's not like they're putting in retail. This was a bad time, but I guess in this case a good time to stop the video because, yeah, I don't know. It's... Ascension already has a couple of servers, and they basically gave you a classic version with the Ascension stuff. Like the buffs that he's talking about all the time, being like, wah, buffs, like they're in Ascension from before. They're from the old server ported over.
I don't care. I literally do not care. You can make a server without them. What is this dumb claim?
The Mystic Enchant was on the old server ported over.
That was fine. That was a fine system.
And like many of the systems he doesn't like was in the old Ascension server, has been there for...
It doesn't mean that they have to be on the new one. What is that claim? What is that weird claim? What? Why would they... Dude, okay.
For years, and are ported over. And when this whole trailer was put out, those were mentioned as well. All of these...
No, they didn't mention that. If they mentioned that, I wouldn't have played. They mentioned, obviously, the Mystic Table, all that stuff, which I loved. I thought it was great. They haven't mentioned the excessive amount of loot. They haven't mentioned the insanely speedy gameplay. This wasn't mentioned at all. They haven't even shown, like, gameplay. They've showed just characters, you know, how they play, which is, you know, I guess it's some part of gameplay. I was aware that the gameplay was fast, but it wasn't that fast in the trailers themselves. And also you saw the abilities and the classes, the Wrath of the Lich King talents, which, again, I agree, they are goated. Like, this was great. I have no problem with the talents whatsoever. So this wasn't what I had problem with. What I had problem with wasn't shown in the trailers, which is the speedy gameplay. And that what sucked.
Features was in that trailer, showcasing the server. Nobody lied to you. You just went in under false hopes of only seeing...
Yeah, but obfuscating, like obfuscation is kinda lying. It's manipulation. It's very manipulative to hide certain information. Because they knew that if they showed an actual leveling gameplay with all the buffs and stuff, nobody would have played that. They know that. That's why they make all of these high production quality videos that are just kind of funny, World of Warcraft machinima that, you know, us old people used to like back in the day. And that's why they don't show straight up gameplay. Because they know it's retail. They know it.
Seeing the word Classic Plus and being like, oh, this is Blizzard Classic Plus, man.
Yes, when you say something is Classic Plus, I'm gonna believe it's Classic Plus. What are you trying to insinuate? What are you, nuts? Dude, what? This guy has some wild claims. You literally put a logo, World of Warcraft, Classic Plus. And then I go, oh, nice, this is Classic Plus. And I go, dude, what are you, stupid? You believe that? What are you on about?
Oh, he better checks again, bro. Okay, I'm gonna give you
Of course I'm gonna believe that.
Oh, he made himself assistant. Okay, now I see. But yeah, like, I feel like nobody lied to you. You just didn't do...
You see that? You said it yourself. You feel like nobody lied to me. But I'm pretty sure that everyone else that played this server with the expectation of it being like a true Classic Plus experience felt lied to.
Any singular bits of research before choosing to play here.
Why would I make research? What is this? Dude, I see a trailer for a game. I literally watched all of the Ascension Bronzebeard trailer. I like literally have the videos on my channel. And I looked at them and everything I saw seemed great. Except for certain stuff which I have talked about while making the video, of course. But I was okay with entering the game and trying them for myself. And see maybe if I like it or not. But again, the biggest thing, the progression wasn't mentioned. That's the problem.
If you even just knew what Ascension was,
I didn't.
you would know what this server would be.
But I
even
haven't.
just watching the whole overview trailer they had for Bronzebeard.
I
or
have.
reading the website, spending like literally 5 minutes reading the website.
I have.
Or having Grok on Twitter. And put the...
Why would I go to Twitter? Brother, you trying to convince me that I need as a player to do a research to play a cool game that I watched a trailer for? Who does that? Nobody does that. What are you even on about? That is the wildest claim in this video.
website in and ask Grok to give you a quick 100-word overview of the server, he would tell you all of these things as well. I don't know.
It doesn't say anything about the progression. Because I was so hyped for this game. Nobody tells you anything about having instantaneous spawn of resources. I read the website. Nobody see that. Like, I hadn't seen anything. If it's there, I don't know. Like, I have literally read a lot, and I hadn't seen anything about this. And when I played it, my wind was completely blown out of me. And that's very unfortunate, because I was so stoked to try it. I was so stoked to meet everyone in the community, and I was very disappointed. I was just disappointed, and at this point, I don't understand. Why would you ever market it the way you did? Just say that this is Retail Plus, and people will play it. Like, people will play it, but whenever you say that this is a Classic Plus experience, you're getting so much negative PR, which I don't think is beneficial for you. Their player count has gone down significantly as far as I heard recently. And I mean, look at this, there's so many people playing. Clearly there is a market for it. Yeah, so there is. Just call it for what it is. People love retail and people will play your server because this is actually 100%. I think that if they would have marketed it as Retail Plus, a lot more people would have played it. I 100% believe that.
This is not retail. Like, once again, this guy loves Turtle, but he's looking at this from one side without even being able to look at it from any other side at all.
I played retail, brother. Which side am I not looking at?
Classic Plus can mean different things to different people.
No.
Just because you don't like this doesn't mean that nobody else likes it.
It can mean different things, but again, the core should be the same. Again, I don't want to repeat myself like a time, but you understand it by now.
Like, once again, look around you. There's so many people playing. And I'm speaking quite objectively here, because I don't even like many of these systems. I am not playing on this server. Let me just put that out there. I'm not playing on the server, but I'm able to objectively put myself into the point of view that this right here is classic, but with a bunch of systems that you might not like. This
is not you being objective. This is just you being, I don't know, like deluding yourself. Dude, what is this? Of course, whenever I make, okay, I'll explain it this way. Whenever I make a video criticizing something, I always try to be objective and like unbiased at all. I'm always looking at it from both sides and trying to reach my own conclusion. Now, I played retail, I played Classic Plus, I know what is retail, I know what is Classic. This server is clearly retail for all the reasons that I've mentioned. To say that this is somewhat even close to Classic WoW, it's just ridiculous. Every single player that you would put on this server will tell you that is more like retail than Classic. Now, again, I hate the definition that Classic Plus is everything that is more than Classic. No, because by that reasoning, retail is Classic. Straight and simple.
But somebody might like them. It is the Classic WoW like systems. We have the Classic WoW classes, Classic WoW levels,
Wow, you have that in retail too.
Classic WoW zones, Classic WoW dungeons, Classic WoW raids.
Yeah, but again, the speed, dude, it doesn't matter. You have the same thing. Well, I guess no, the Cataclysm happened, but it's still similar. Some
It's
of
a
them,
bunch of systems on top, yes.
which drastically changed the gameplay. So you cannot just say that and leave it hanging. This literally alters the gameplay so much it makes it like retail. Better than retail. This server is good. I'm not saying that this server is bad. I'm saying that this server is not Classic. That's all that I'm saying. Absolutely. And, yeah, I mean, that is just unfortunate. It is just unfortunate. I'm very disappointed because I have enjoyed many of the systems here.
Based on the amount of research this guy did, by the way, I just hope he keeps being disappointed, because like if you go into this server with the mindset that it's going to be like Turtle WoW, I'm sorry, you haven't done any research at all.
Why would I make research about a game that I want to play? Who does that? You're such a weirdo. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You don't make research. Nobody does that, Chief. Nobody does that. You watch the trailer on the official channel. It looks good. You download it and you try it for yourself. You don't have to do like 2 hours of Redditing, of going to Twitter. Nobody does that, Chief. Nobody does that. If you're saying that anyone is doing it, you are delusional.
All, bro.
Straight up.
It's like going to a school, expecting a...
Have you done research on the school, though? Like, what are you talking about? You need to research everything, man. You need to research the hallways. You need to research the classrooms. You need to research the teachers, like everything. You don't know who's your teacher even is. What the hell? Why would you even get into that school? Shame.
Party, and expecting there to be alcohol, without doing the research that it's a school, and you're going to be like taught in math. And
What? What an analogy. What a cringe analogy. Holy dude, oh my god, this is actually real. This is happening.
you have to do a math test, which once again, if you just looked at the website of the school, it would even highlight that math test for you.
Again,
What?
the creature overhaul
What?
system, the wall drops are kind of cool. And there are a lot of things that are good. So, I don't, I am in some sort of way going to miss certain aspects of the server, even though I played for so little.
I am.
And I just wish they would call it for what it is instead of falsely advertising for what it is not. But that's pretty much all I had to say. I haven't played too much, obviously, even though it seems like it. I honestly wish that everyone could listen to this video and kind of be careful if you love Classic Plus. I know most of my viewers play Turtle WoW and Classic Plus servers, so this video is pretty much for you to be warned of the server.
Yes.
In case if you love retail, again, go play it. But if you're a Classic fan like me, don't come close to it. But yeah, this is pretty much all I had to say. Hopefully this was informative enough. I made this in just 15 minutes. I kind of went on to rambling and I lost my train of thought at some point, but I regained it back. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at making these type of videos.
I am not.
But hey, the reason I'm making them is so I can have more practice and talk to you guys more in the future, because I do love making those videos and I just want to be honest with you guys. That is all. I know that this video is gonna get dislike bombed because retail players are so defensive, even
They
when
are.
you don't do anything.
Retail players will literally defend to death Blizzard and everything that is similar to their game. It's crazy. They're fanatics. And I will keep saying that. And I know this video is going to get disliked as well just because I said that. But, hey, you know what? If you're a retail Andy, you know what? Thumbs up for you, Chief.
Against them, they just hate on your video because they think you're stupid. They literally can't understand. I mean, the comments that I've got on my previous video were just like, oh, you're against movement speed, you're against triple experience. Yes, I am against that.
Absolutely.
This is garbage. This should not exist in any MMO whatsoever.
True.
But if you think it should be, then go and purchase your Labubu and get the hell away
Absolutely.
from me, kid, because I don't want to be anywhere near.
If you are a Gen Z, I don't want to hear from you, son. That is fact, and I voice cracked, so you know it's true. By the way, I think I'm still considered Gen Z, but to be fair, I was born in '98, so it's like iffy.
Hear you. So this is just a fine note to end the video upon. And yeah, again, if you played Ascension or if you hadn't, make sure to let me know what you guys think in a comment below. But that's all for now. So once again, guys, I'm going back to Turtle WoW, and I'm gonna upload more Path of Exile content because I've been absolutely tearing up through this
I
game.
have.
It's fantastic. But yeah, that is definitely all for now. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, I think you're better off going back to classic to Turtle WoW, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Watching this video
I
kind
have.
of pissed me off a bit because he seemed very. He calls retail players defensive. He seems very defensive himself. Is what it seems like, and he's.
No, I call them offensive, son. But yeah, I mean, they are literally going into comments. I haven't seen really classic players like going to retail, going into retail content creators and just flaming them in the chat and the comments, like all that stuff. Personally, I haven't encountered that. But retail players, you can always see them on all of the classic videos, just calling your game dead, saying that they're happy that Turtle WoW is about to shut down because of the Blizzard thing, with the lawsuit and all that stuff going on. And same thing for APOC, which was a very loved server. They seem to be extremely joyful for that server being shut down, and I believe the developers like doxed and stuff. That was insane. Same for Turtle, right? So yeah, I haven't seen anything really from the classic player perspective. Maybe they have commented on like retail content creator stuff. Personally, I watched retail content creators. I haven't encountered any of that. But maybe that's just from my perspective. I have to admit.
Unable to put himself in a position of even empathy or being able to even.
I'm not looking for your empathy. I truly do not. All I did was stating my opinions about the server. If you don't like that and you're offended, I could not care less. I truly couldn't.
Trying to like see things from any other point of view than his own.
I have. That's why he completely ignores all the good things I said about the server and that I liked about it. I told you I like the Mystic Enchantment. I think the raids look cool. Even though I'm not agreeing with the 4 difficulty levels, I think they look great. I really loved some of the mechanics of the outside bosses. They were awesome. I said the locations were great they built. I gave the example even of Dorthar, had a really nice zone they built, completely custom made. So to say that I haven't said anything good about this is just straight up lying, dude. You haven't watched the video or you haven't listened because you were too angry judging me for opinions that you clearly agree with, which just leads me to probably the most important point of this video. Brother, you agree with me on 90% of the stuff. I don't know, what are you trying to defend here? I'm not saying that this server shouldn't exist. I'm not saying you should abolish it. All I'm saying is that they shouldn't have lied. That is what I'm saying. But you keep constantly ignore it because deep down in your mind, you know that I'm right. So you're trying to obfuscate and you're trying to use all of this hyperbolic language, and it just doesn't work on me. You disrespect the intelligence of whoever watch you, and you disrespect the intelligence of me. And that's just not going to happen, Chief. We know what you're doing here. Now, I don't know why you're defending Ascension if you agree with me, but even if you think the server should exist, so do I. So we have no disagreement here, except for maybe 1 or 2 things, which I think are completely fine, but in general sense, we agree. So that is just weird.
And I feel like once again this server is great for what it is. And doing a single fucking minute of research, by the way, would tell you
again,
exactly
you shouldn't
what to
do any
expect when
research.
you're playing on a server like that.
You shouldn't do any
I
research.
see a lot of classic WoW, and these really enjoying this server. So this guy being like,
Who? What classic Andy will enjoy this server? What are you on about? You're just saying stuff. No.
only retail players are playing here, bro. They should never ever have called this classic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of classic players really enjoying this place because they.
Who? No classic player will enjoy this server, dude.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, there are classic players that enjoy retail, and I think, again, that is fine, but true classic player like myself, who don't like retail and only like classic, which is what I've mentioned in a video multiple times, they will never play this server. Never.
They know what to expect, because they've done a little bit of research.
You don't need to do research. He constantly says the same cringe thing, you don't need to do research on games. It's cringe. You never do that. To claim that you even do that is so weird.
I don't know. Like, yeah. Enough said, I think.
Enough said, but nothing was said. Well, I don't know what to say here, but yeah. I mean, let's see, this is the end.
Video.
Oh, thank you, Chief.
Like, the thing is, I agree with the main point, by the way.
Yeah.
That he tried to make as well, kind of, to a certain degree. It's not what I want to see in Classic Plus. And
again, oh my god, he agrees with me, but he can't say it out loud because for some reason, you know, I'm just gonna say it. I think he wanna get both Turtle WoW viewers and both Ascension viewers, and he doesn't want to upset anybody, which, as a failing content creator, I understand. I only recently got this channel kind of starting off and monetized. Well, to be honest, I'm not even monetized yet, but, you know, I'm putting my right foot at the right place, so to speak. So only recently I understand how the algorithm works and stuff, so I completely understand why you want to play both sides, but I'm not the type of person who does that. I have to speak my mind and I have to say the truth, even if I can farm Ascension players. Like, I can definitely do that, man. You know how easy I can go like, oh, dude, this server is the best. I love it more than anything in the world. I can easily do that. But that's just lying, man. That's not me. That's not what I think. I love the true Classic Plus experience, and that's what I'm gonna stick to, because that's just how I operate. I don't want to, like, mislead everyone. I don't want to make everyone think that I like something, but in reality, I just suffer playing it. So, hey, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. I'm assuming that that's what he's doing. But yeah, I mean, like, I get it, man. This is a harsh landscape and you need to farm every viewer you have. But personally, I'm not gonna lie to do that.
And I'm not super.
And I'm definitely not gonna fence it. Like, never. I hate that.
Happy about the way they have marketed this as Classic Plus. But at the same time, I can see Classic Plus meaning different.
That is crazy you just said that. Brother, you literally clowned on me for saying it, and you said it towards the end of the video yourself. What a joke, dude. What a joke. That is pathetic. I have to say it. Like, listen, nothing against him. Like I said before, I actually like his videos. I watched all of his Turtle WoW videos. I thought they were awesome. But dude, are you serious? You clearly agree with me on 90% of the stuff that I'm saying. So why are you pretending? Why are we here? That is so odd. I'm dying to see his comments, but I'm gonna upload this video first. I'm gonna get your guys' response. Hopefully I didn't came here as like, too offensive or anything like that. I have nothing against this guy, by the way. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I watched his videos. I learned a lot from them. He makes some good stuff. And it's kind of unfortunate that this is what he thinks about what I had to say, because I really tried to stay objective and, just state my mind, saying what I like, saying what I didn't like, and why I thought that I was lied to. So it's just interesting. But you know what? I enjoyed making this video. It actually goes to show that, hey, people have like different opinions. And maybe this time there was like a misunderstanding on his part. Maybe he didn't get what I was saying. Hopefully he'll watch this video and get my point of view a little bit better. But yeah, some of the stuff he said were absolutely clownery. Like peak buffoonery for sure. You don't need to do research on any game before you play it. Like, literally you don't. You watch the trailer, you watch the official channel stuff. Maybe you watch gameplay videos, but there weren't any available for Ascension. Nobody played it before. It was just launched, and that's it. If I knew, I would have not gotten into this game. That's why I tried it for myself on day one, and I recorded my experience because I wanted to try it out. So, yeah, it's just weird to me that he claims that you need to do research when, nobody ever does that. But, yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. Jesus, this video was hour long. Holy. Okay, this took way longer than I wanted it to. But hopefully you guys will tell me in the comments whether you think I'm right or wrong. And of course, try to keep it civil. I don't want anybody like commenting on his video like nasty stuff. Like, please do not do that. That is awful and cringe. Don't be like that. Be based and a Giga Chad. But that's pretty much all for today's video. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.